working in IT, never questions why. He has always been an extra careful guy, sensitive and shy. Risk assessments, his investment in a life of no surprise. Till she walked into his life. She, spontaneous indeed, uncertainties a creed. She has always been neither black or white, just a curious delight. She threw affection, his direction, collection of her smiles. And to his surprise, ooh, she's like tomorrow, so distant. She just wants to play like tomorrow. She is always one day away. All the time she slips away, it's close but yet so far. It's time to follow her tomorrow. Whoa, oh, time to follow her tomorrow. Whoa, oh, he fell for her too fast. We all thought it wouldn't last, 'cause good old Jeremy likes his rigorous routine. 'Cause he only thinks today, but tomorrow is her way. So find a new direction and you'll be okay. She's like tomorrow, so distant. She just wants to play like tomorrow. She is always one day away. All the time she slips away, it's close but yet so far. It's time to follow her tomorrow. Oh, oh, 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 she's like tomorrow, so distant. She just wants to play like tomorrow. She's always one day away. One day away. One day away. And all the time she slips away, it's close but yet so far. It's time to follow her tomorrow. It's time to follow her tomorrow. It's time to follow her tomorrow.
Welcome to everyone out there for the new concept that I'm going for on the channel this year. I know we're in the middle of watch-alongs and everything, you know, but there's actually a new Eurovision season here. It's here, which feels pretty weird. I mean, November just started and we're already off. But Malta decided to go early this year, and I'm sure everyone who's here right now probably have already heard all of the songs that have been released so far. I think there are about like 18 of them. However, I haven't heard a single one. And since I got a little bit of a tradition in doing my first initial reactions to the songs and trying to review them, I was thinking a new concept this year. We're doing everything live. So I can get your inputs on all of the songs as well, and we can kind of start a discussion already instead of me having to go through the comments and like have the discussion in post. We can have them like now, real time. And I'm thinking we're gonna do a little we're going to, what's it called, like decide together which songs we think are the best ones. I've got a little tier list prepared for the end of it as well. Not really sure how long the stream will be, because there are 9 songs that we're going to listen to today. I will be, as I usually do when I review the songs for the first time, I will be speaking while the song is playing. I hope you don't mind that. And if you do, well, turn off the stream and go listen to them on your own first, and then maybe you can come back here and watch me ramble on about the songs. But I hope you don't mind that. I'm going to be talking just my casual thoughts as we go along for each of the songs, just like I usually do. And then, yeah, I think this is just more convenient way to kind of get through all of the songs in a quicker way. So we're going to start with the first songs that we've got in the national final season for Eurovision 2024. I'm so happy to see so many people joining me, 44 people. Hope there won't be any copyright issues. Yeah, I did try this out, like a test stream. and it didn't get taken down, it didn't get blocked or anything, so I think we should be fine. Can we do votes on the national finals once we've heard all the songs? Possibly. We'll figure it out. Regardless, 9 songs, and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna stop between all of the songs so we can. We're already with it with the donations, are we? World Sasuri, thank you. Hi Groot, I'm really happy to see you back here. Back here? I've been on YouTube for not every day, but every week for the last year. But thank you, World Sasuri. Basically, I'm going to stop between all of the songs and just kind of discuss my thoughts on each of them. And I hope you tag along with me, and this becomes a good way of me to review the songs. It's probably a bit more convenient than I have to sit and render through everything later on and edit it and stuff like that. Welcome home, thank you. I may have to do some work if we do voting. That is the plan. Didn't think the season was starting so early. You and me both, Darren. We could absolutely use your website to put together something. We'll take a look at that. But for now, we're just gonna focus on today's semifinal and all. And yeah, I'm going to be listening to the songs. I'm going to review them for you. If you're not interested in my thoughts on the songs, then you're at the wrong place. And then possibly I can edit down this whole stream into the small clips so you can find the individual song reviews if you want to later on. Okay, I guess only OXYGYN song would be copyrightable. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but we're gonna start anyway. I hope everything is shown on screen here. The clips that I found, they are uploaded on YouTube, and I'm terribly sorry, but I've forgotten what the name was, by GESC Levy 2. And yeah, kudos to them, but I did notice that the editing is a bit chopped up. The song here, the first one, is gonna start in the middle of it. Anyway, first song. This is the this is the first song that we've got to listen to in the entire national final season of Eurovision 2024, and it's called "Misunderstood" by Kurt Calleja, which I do recognize as a name. I'm pretty sure he is the guy who represented Malta in 2012, so we got an experienced performer on our hands to kick us off, and let's see what the song is. I hope the volume will be good and everything. I'm just excited to listen to it, so let's do it right away.
For once it's gone, it's me I find. And sometimes think I lose my mind. I lost my mind, I got it back. I guess there's nothing I regret. No.
A very chaotic strumming pattern on the guitar here. Just kind of overpowers everything so far. The sound mixing is almost atrocious, really. His voice becomes incredibly muffled in the back as well. Okay, nice little whistle effect there, but the audio quality really holds this back. We've got a pretty demo-esque instrumental to this as well, it sounds like. It's not polished in the mix whatsoever. Okay. Some little harmonies there in the background as well. Not very dynamic in that sense, but... Grab that beer, this life is short, come over and hold my hand. No thank you, mate. No thank you, I'm good. Alright. We got a little bit of energy in it. It's kind of over-reliant on the same thing really going on. Oh, he's losing the beat now as well. I don't blame him because the beat is proper chaos, so All right, Kurt, mate. Oh, this was struggle to really get through. I think the main issue with it is just the horrendous sound mixing on this. Like the audio quality is so poor, and it really comes across like he can't hear it very clearly himself either. The instrumentals are so overpowering. They're played in such a chaotic manner, and they clash with each other. I don't know if that's the purpose, but it's not coming across with a good tone to it. And his vocal is just kind of being overpowered by everything going on behind it, and it feels like his vocals don't really offer a purpose to the song either. It doesn't offer any dynamics to it. Yeah, I don't know. Got a little bit of small details here and there, like those small little whistling effects, but that's about it, really. It has energy. It's kind of like, what do you call it? Like energetic. It absolutely is, but not in a good way in my opinion, really. The instrumentals completely clash with each other, so I don't really get it. I just hope that it's not going to be a recurring theme of the audio being this poor, because then it's much more difficult to really digest, like, if any of the songs actually have potential. For this one, I wouldn't really say, like, even if they fixed it up and really polished it, I'd still say that it's too underwhelming throughout its runtime. It doesn't really explore itself enough. And the vocals are also quite lackluster. So this is a no for me. Kurt, I'm terribly sorry. But yeah, I'll sit this one out. Thank you. We're gonna move on to song number 2. So I'm gonna click here. Oh, whoopsie. Okay, song number 2. Make sure that it's in HD. This is Loop by Sarah Bonnici. Song number 2, and I hope we're going to have an improvement from where we started. Looking forward to listening to this one. I just very fascinated by the whole stage concept here. There are people drinking wine while watching the performances, and a bunch of empty frames on the wall. I'll shut up. Okay, song number 2, Loop by Sarah Bonnici. Let's get it. Okay, we got an ambitious choreography for this one. Yeah! Very nice movement in the bass walk here. Nice incorporation of the harmonies as well. Okay, a bit static here transition-wise. Good vocals, though. Structure is a bit on the so-so side. Transition work, but... Alright. Nice movement here. Flows very nicely into the second verse. These rhythmic hits are really creative as well. This is where they break it up a little bit too much. The segments are very brief and they're just chopped into each other, but overall, this is much more enjoyable to me. Yeah! Absolutely. Good flow. Creative instrumentation here as well. Pretty decent sound design. Fun detailing. We got a half-step trap beat here. Really using syncopes very effectively, I'd say. Okay. Alright. There's a nice little drum pattern in this. Yeah. Great continuation here. Really kicks up the energy to give it a nice finale. Yeah, keep going. I don't mind. Sure seems like she's enjoying the vocal freestyling, but yeah, fun effort this one. I like that. I think it's creatively put together. It is a bit on the, I can't really say amateur side because that sounds incredibly harsh. But it is a little bit, it comes across a little bit unfinished because of the brief and sudden segments, like how they really swap between each other, especially in the first half of the song. I feel like each segment is just a few seconds long. It just goes one round really, and then we got a new segment with a completely new different approach and a different type of beat, which feels very chopped up. It doesn't really have that flow of energy to it. However, once the first chorus has hit and it leads into the second verse, there has a great, just the momentum is really being kept up in that transition. Then of course, unfortunately, they kill it off again when they do this little build-up bridge section leading into the second chorus really. But it's just, you know, kind of a structural flaw, I'd say, overall. The concept that the song has going for it is absolutely a massive strength, I'd say. The production sounds pretty decent on this one. Like, even though the audio quality isn't the best, you can definitely hear that there's been some attention to detail being put into the production here, unlike the first song, and really, you know, kind of just a little bit more clarity in the mix, and actually a lot of playfulness being put into this one as well, with different sound effects and detailing all scattered around, as well as pretty solid harmonies in the background as well. She really did enjoy the freestyling type of vocal there at the end, and could definitely overdo it, but overall, I did enjoy that, and there's a very ambitious kind of choreography concept to it as well. I think this one has a lot of potential to it, really. This was enjoyable. I gotta say, I think it was a catchy hook as well. It had a lot of energy in the song as well. So yeah, good stuff. Well done, Sarah. I would not mind. Well, I can't say after 2 songs, but Loop was pretty good. It was pretty good. I did enjoy that. We're moving on. Song number 3 is called Wildcard here, by Gail Attard. Okay, song number 3, Wildcard. I'm sorry that I'm not like reading through the chat while we're doing this. I think we're gonna discuss all of it at the end, I'd say. I just gotta, like, I'm in the mood to just get through the songs now. So, song number 3 right here is called Wildcard by Gail Attard. And yeah, let's enjoy it.
Shadows I tried to hide, tell myself I'm still alive. Relief of a sleepless night, my ghost knows where to find you.
There's a very nice descending chord interval here. Yes. Wonderful coloring on that chord. Leads nicely back into the one as well. It's a very natural, kind of freely allowing rhythm to the melody there. Okay. With this kind of vocal approach that's really dramatic, you need a lot more impact from the drums to pick it up. We're building a little bit here. Back with the piano, more deeper. We've got a very faded out percussion in the background. Nice strings coming in here. Verses are good. I like them. Yeah. Nice drum pattern coming in here. Needs more power in it, but I think that's due to the audio mix here. Conceptually, it's strong so far. Pretty decent chords in here, really. Is the vocal overdoing it a little bit? Potentially. Alright. Strings are doing their part, absolutely. The drums as well, but the drums really need to be more prominent in the mix to back up this kind of vocal performance. There's a nice continuation in the flow as well. This could be an incredibly effective finale when you got the full Polish performance. Alright. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that one, wildcard there, gotta be said, like that, I can see some potential for that to really like be on the big stage and really work. It feels like a song that's kind of written for that purpose, to actually be performed at the big stage, have this massive staging to it, and just really kind of overwhelm people with both the instrumental arrangement, but mainly the vocals, I'd say. As we hear it now with this kind of audio, it's very difficult to really understand how prominent the certain instruments in the background are. The drums sound very weak in this presentation, but I feel like the concept of how they're arranged and the patterns of them feel like it could really be a powerful effort altogether when you hear the polished studio cut in the background in top tier quality. But it's mostly like, it mostly comes across as a vocal showcase, especially towards the end. I think that it builds really nicely to that part, and the structure flows very well. It's just kind of bordering on the verge of maybe being a bit too much without really having earned having this grand finale, or actually just hitting the sweet spot. I'm not really sure. I need to hear it with the full kind of compelling backing track, really. Vocals are definitely, like, she sings incredibly well for this song, and I do enjoy that. So I think that one has a lot of potential as well. Yeah, pretty good. I'm looking forward to hearing these in more, in better quality, really. We're moving on to song number 4 here, which is by Mark Anthony. No, not that Mark Anthony. This is by Mark Anthony Bartolo, and this song is called Condition or Friction. Indeed. Let's see what this one's all about. He's got a guitar, so I will obviously give it bonus points only for that. Let's see.
I'm tired of carrying my luggage. I'm fed up.
Interesting contrasting rhythms here. Okay.
I think it's a condition of fiction. Is this really me?
He's got a very odd vocal style, doesn't he? He doesn't really like sing from all the way down. Contrasting rhythms is really a lot to take in so far. Feels very personal so far, but okay, a little bit of head voice in here. Kind of need to be more convincing in the delivery here. Conceptually, it's pretty decent, but I need to be more convinced. Mainly by the vocal delivery, I'd say. This whole string arrangement they got going for them in the background is very repetitive. It's identical throughout. Percussion is very bare bones as well. No. It's cheerful and charming, but nice chord interval there. It actually is. Like some nice ideas in here. Guitar arrangement is decent as well. Yeah. It's well played. It truly is. Alright. Built decently, but the vocals need to be more convincing for this to work. I'm sorry. Sure, you're very sweet, Mark. Your song was pretty sweet too. I will admit. However, it did not really come across with the intention I think you really wanted to put across with this one. The emotion isn't really quite there because it's not being presented strongly enough or effectively enough through mainly the vocals, I'd say. Like a lot of use of the head voice and everything, and that could be really effective in a song like this. It becomes very sweet and mellow, but then it needs to be, you know, just striking and really overpowering and really work within the soundstage of the song. And here I feel like it doesn't really. It feels like this needs to be more polished. It needs to have a little bit more variation, I'd say, especially like with this whole string arrangement that comes in. It's very much the same thing looped throughout the song. The drumming is very bare bones as well. So there's not a lot for me to latch onto here. I think the concept of the song is something that I could absolutely get along with. I could see myself listening to songs within this style. I've done so many times. But not this one. I'm not returning to this one. I'm sorry. But we're moving on. That was song number 4. And you let me know what you thought about it in the chat, of course. Song number 5 is called... Sorry. There's Only Flowers. Shouldn't it be There Are Only Flowers? There is Only Flowers. It's a bit weird. Anyway, Eliana Gomez Blanco is the singer for song number 5. And yeah, looking forward to hopefully have another good one here. Need to up her mic. There we go. The piano arrangement here is quite solid in terms of its rhythmic approach. Interesting how they kind of cut out the piano there and really swap up the approach here. Yeah, this is effective writing. Alright, yeah. It's effective, it needs polishing, but it's effective, especially the rhythmic hits and the build of that. Very deep-lying drum hits here, add a lot of suspense to the song. I think it has the emotion to it, just needs the presentation of really setting the tone. Yeah. Strings come in nicely here as well. There's like a harmony of vocals as well, really just filling the soundstage. No. I'm so... Oh, no. Building towards a climax, but you need to really nail it. keeps on building nicely here. And back to the piano intro here, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Okay, There's Only Flowers. Honestly, a lot of good stuff in there, really. Like the whole structure of the song is laid out nicely. It really leaves you kind of hang, like from that first chorus when it really just introduces this kind of really intense rhythmic hits to really build some suspense to the track. It kills it off really neatly by holding out this There's Only Flowers part and then leading back into that like little piano segment that's really kind of the core part of the song, I'd say. It really is the what do you say, like the thing that ties everything together here, and the thing I kind of rely on to really keep me attached to the song. It has that dramatic touch to it. It is rather emotional. I think the vocal performance is at times really works for it, and then it becomes overbearing towards the end when it really wants to kick into gear. The vocals are what's holding it back. I think with a more, I wouldn't say sincere, but a more a vocal delivery that works more in tandem with what the instrumental is doing throughout that climax of the song would really just kind of tie it together a little bit more and a little bit more neatly. And that would really make this one work better for me. I can visualize it on the stage with a proper grand staging, really being presented the way that they want to give off this emotional impact of a song and the drama and the suspense of it, mainly, I think, with the drum hits. But it's not there yet. But I can visualize it, and I feel like there is absolutely a potential for something grand here. From the songwriting perspective, really. I just wanted the vocal to really kind of balance it out, and it could be something. I really think it could be something, that one. Pretty decent. I did like parts of that. We're moving on to Cloudmaker by OXYGYN, which is song number 6, I'm pretty sure. And this is the first band I see here we got on stage. So looking forward to seeing what this one's all about. Let's enjoy. That's a very strong backdrop for the opening. The guitar is so strong and captivating in this tone. The vocals are both very strong as well. They're capable. Yeah, absolutely. Nice little bit of rhythm there. Some detailing with the guitar playing as well. Got ambient sound effects as well in the background. It's a very empty backdrop so far. I'm kind of intrigued by that. Yes. Absolutely. Wonderful input from the electric guitar here, kind of introducing a new melody to it. The rhythm of that drum percussion as well is very strong. Should have probably kept that for this verse, really. New chord interval being introduced. Strong intonation here as well. I love these ambient sound effects as well, really. Builds a lot of atmosphere in the background. Strong melody. Feels like this could have benefited a bit from that grownness that a few of the other songs really have had. Drums picking up a little bit, expand the instrumental. Don't get me wrong, I like this relaxed vibe to it, but the instrumentation as a whole is just slightly too empty here. Feels like as the song progresses, it needs to build a little bit more. The mood of it is perfect though. Absolutely. Yeah, that's my favorite so far. Very strong. I'd say instrumentally it's not perfect, but it has its own identity to it. It does exactly what it wants to do, and that's a strength for it. This core guitar that it has going for it throughout the entire track is very compelling, and it has an identity to it, that's for sure. It really makes the song stand out. The vocal delivery from both singers is... what do you say? Consistent is probably a good word to describe it, really. They're both very capable, and they work together to kind of strengthen each other, I'd say. The guy sitting with his little, what do you call it? The not the keypad. What's it called? I've lost the word. But this little pad with importing the percussion and the atmospheric sound effects and everything. He does a nice input for the song. It's absolutely a song that requires these details. I would have just liked for them to expand it a little bit more, make the instrumentation just slightly grounder. The song doesn't really need to deviate from this relaxing tone that it has. And yeah, electronic drum pad. No, is it called that? Anyway, no, but it doesn't need to deviate from this restrained and kind of intimate, just I guess sit by the campfire relaxing vibe that it has going for it. It just needs to kind of expand into a more ambient backdrop or soundstage altogether, I'd say. Maybe it comes across more when the audio is more fulfilling, but right now it felt a little bit empty at times, and even though that's the way they probably want it, I do think that when you actually get into a ground competition like Eurovision, which is where they want to be, you need to just kind of expand it a little bit further to really make it leave an impact on people, I'd say. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that one. This is absolutely my favorite so far. It has an identity to it, and I really appreciate that about it. We're moving on. The next one here is by a guy called Nathan, and his song is called Ghost, and let's see what this one's about. It's one way to open the song.
It's time to tell you where I was hiding.
Just gotta love these soul piano hits. So far a very bare-bone instrumental to back it up, but I guess it sets the tone with this little atmospheric touch in the woodwinds, I guess. Okay, big sweep effects. More sweep effects. A lot of over-reliance on the harmonies to just kind of be stacked on top of him. Chorus is over-reliant on a too simplistic melody. Build-up works nicely. It had like some energy in the melody there, but the chorus is too dragged out melodically. His vocal delivery is strong though. This is good. Double time on the kick here. effective build. And I like the attitude in the vocal throughout these bridges. And then this kind of kills down here. Half step beat on the drumming, long notes, vocal. Yeah. Decently tied together there, I'd say, into this segment. It's not like the sudden break, it's smoothed over. This is great. Great energy in the drumming here. The vocal has the really right approach here. Again, half step. You could absolutely keep the double time here. I think double time here would have worked really well. I hope they introduce it for the B section of the chorus. Come on. Just kick in the drumming. They don't do it. I'm frustrated more than anything else on that one. It feels like they actually have a good concept there. Like parts of the song are really like, feels quite complete and feels like they're actually putting something together here that could absolutely work. But it's a little too anticlimactic, I'd say. Vocals are pretty strong as well. I think he sings it well. I think during those build-up segments he has a nice attitude in the vocal delivery as well, and that works really well with the drumming. But the chorus is a letdown for me. It's too much over-reliant on long, dragged-out notes. The energy of the chorus is also just being completely cut off and really drained to really become more of like a smooth nod along your head to the beat in a slow manner type of chorus, which is very underwhelming for a song that's really building towards being something more impressive, I guess. Also had a nice little introduction with those small little woodwinds and harmonies there, but it feels like good ideas. Like they had a few good ideas, but then they realized, oh, we have to put together a full song, and they didn't really have, like, I guess the experience or the know-how to really craft it together into becoming the more complete piece altogether, I'd say. Yeah, I'm underwhelmed by it, but I think there are strengths within it. But we're moving on. We're nearing the end, I guess. Are we on song number 7 or 8? I'm not sure. I think this is number 8, actually. This song is called Fireproof by Lyndsay Pace, or Pace, who's wearing the yellow outfit. And yeah, let's end it on a high. Or well, we got one more song, but let's start the ending on a high. Come on.
To be free, I couldn't suffer forever, so I had to say goodbye.
So far it feels very by the books, writing-wise. The harmonies of strings and piano there, identical to each other. We're back to the 2012 house song kind of build up here. Snare fills. About 15 years too late. At least 10. Doesn't really have the drive of like a house chorus either. No, it doesn't work. Needs a more palpable production. Needs the energy to really match. Vocal melody isn't too memorable either there. Alright. Decent little drum loops here. It's this house piano. It just feels so kind of template-esque. which is really unfortunate. Yeah, no. It wouldn't even work like 10 years ago. It doesn't have the drive of a song that of this type of this style. It doesn't have the drive required to really make it work either. Also a bit too chopped up here, over reliant on these dragged out piano notes. Tries to be very captivating vocally, but no, doesn't work for me. Decent vocal harmonies here in the background, I guess. Some freestyling here. Could have worked on the radio, yeah, 15 years ago. Okay. Yeah, that was the song that I forgot. Fireproof, that was what it was called. Sorry. Yeah, that was the song Fireproof, and I was trying to make a cheeky comment to say there, but I can't think of any. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't need to hear it again. Really don't. I feel like I've heard the song a million times before, really, but just in more polished concepts. This kind of came across like a demo from, well, basically 2011, I'd say. It's progressive house music at its core, which of course was huge back in the day, especially in the Nordics, I say. And it really just follows the formula of everything going on there. The melody is quite stagnant. The over-reliance on dragged out piano notes in this kind of bright piano tone that you can get from the stock of Fruity Loops, really. The drum loops are all kind of sound like stock sounds as well, or stock loops that you get with your digital audio software. And it's all just kind of, it's been placed together within the track, and then just hasn't really been given any care or attention professionally. It's rather unfortunate. I think the vocals aren't really like that. I didn't really mind them, or I didn't really care for them too much in either way. They were just kind of there, and with a song that had more of a convincing tone to it, maybe I would have liked it more. But for now, the song just really didn't interest me at all, which is unfortunate. But I'm not going to be returning to that one anytime soon. I'm sorry. The final song is called Bewsa by Dominic, Cini. And yeah, this is the final song for today anyway. So let's see if we can end it on a high now that we didn't get a high on the 8th one. Anyway, let's go. Strong contrasting rhythms to kick us off. That's an effective opening. It's kind of over relying on the, like, it's very reliant on the backbeat, and that's really effective. There's a very dramatic touch here. A lot of sweep effects, of course, which kind of takes me out of it a little bit, but nice drum loops. Everything comes together quite nicely in the mix as well, I'd say. A lot of just sweep effects all over that kind of become very overbearing. Rhythmically, this is nice. Makes it stand out for sure. Really brought his best moves to the show as well. Characteristic vocal style. Characteristic tone in the instrumental as well, of course. I'm quite intrigued by the instrumentation here. Like, what kind of instruments are we using here? Some very anthemic clapping here for the build-up as well, and the very deep-lying vocal harmonies behind him. It's a very dramatic build-up. These sweep effects gotta go though, like they're over-relying on them though. Probably needs a bit more drive in the chorus, really. You're not getting any drive by just adding sweep effects, I'm sorry. Melodically it's energetic though. Keeps going nicely here. Yeah, decent flow to it as well. Nice little bass work there to end it on as well. This was a fun one. I can absolutely see myself listening to this one and just enjoying it for what it is, really. It definitely has its own identity and character to it, and I can't fault it for that. So yeah, no complaints really about this one. I think it adds something to the lineup. I'm not sure if I really need them to like send this song, but it's an out there pick, and I'm quite intrigued by it as well. And I did have fun listening to it. So those were the 9 songs, really. I'm going to be just blocking that out for a brief moment here. And I prepared... Let's just make sure that it's... okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, kind of. Sorry that this is poorly prepared. Oh, God, what am I doing? Yeah, don't mind me. We're getting there. We're getting there. Sorry about this. I'll edit this out if I post this on YouTube later. There we go, something like that. Okay, I got a tier list in front of me, and what I was thinking is that I Gruden tier list name a more iconic duo. I know, right? I'm going to be choosing my picks for this list here. So we got a category that's called ESC worthy. We have one that's called You Can Be in the Final. We have one that is called This Is Fine, and we got one that is called Thanks for Coming. Now, I'm not really sure. I think, like, if I read up quickly on this, like 3 songs from each of these semifinals will go to the final. So I'm gonna pick 3 that can be in the You Can Be in the Final category. Obviously only 2 if I think one song is ESC worthy already. And then, well, I'll spread the other 6 into the This Is Fine and Thanks for Coming. In the case of me having like 2 songs that I don't really care which one goes to the final, we'll just see how it works. But this is gonna be pretty quick for me. There's only 3 qualifiers out of 9. I think so. I have no idea. So yeah, I'm going to be telling you what my list looks like, and then we're gonna vote. You all can vote on what you think. Or should you vote first and then I'll tell you mine? How do we want to do this? I'm making a poll. Wait. Give me a second. I'm making a poll. No. Ugh. I'm terrible at this. Which tier list first? Question mark. Groups. Community vote. Alright, we're making a poll. No votes. Community vote, 100% so far. Okay, now things are happening. 68 people watching right now. I'm so grateful that you're all here. It's kind of cool, really. Community vote first. Yeah, it's looking like the option actually. 34 votes, 60% community vote. So yeah, I don't think I need to keep this open for much longer. You wanted to hear Groot's opinion first? Well, you will hear my opinion at the end as well. I think you can kind of make up your mind of like which ones I did like the most from what we did. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a... wait, can I actually do the vote from my phone? Can I do polls from here? I'm terribly sorry that I don't really stream the best. I don't think I can. Okay, this is a little bit of an issue. Okay. Oh, that is unfortunate. Okay, anyway. We got the tier list over here. So, we're going to go through them, songs one by one, and I will give you all of the categories and you can vote for which one you prefer. So, the song number 1 is called Misunderstood. I'm terribly sorry that you will see the chat room here, but that's just how it works. So, Misunderstood. And the category is ESC worthy. It's, what did I name them? You Can Be in the Final. This is fine and thanks for coming. Okay. Can I set these options as templates? I'm not sure. Alright, you get 1 minute to vote. You get 1 minute to vote. And then I'm going to be moving it on the screen here. How can I see the vote? Okay, 67% on thanks for coming, 29% on this is fine, and 2% on you can be in the final. Okay. Alright, we're leaving it there. I'll end that one there. Misunderstood, thanks for coming. Sorry, but Kurt, you're out. Okay, next one is called Loop. So, we're making the second one. Alright. Song number 2, Loop. Let me know where we're gonna place it on the tier list here. I'll give you approximately 30 seconds or so. Okay, so You Can Be in the Final is actually leading right now. ESC worthy, 20%. This is fine, 29%. No one has said thanks for coming on Loop. That's a good sign, surely. So Loop is looking like the one that's going to... yeah, 45 people have already voted, 50%. It's gonna be... Alright, we're moving Loop into the final. There we are. Remember, we're only allowed to have 3 songs in there, but we'll see what happens there. It got 48% on You Can Be in the Final. Wildcard up next. This would be so convenient if like everything was just set so I could automatically post these when I just like they were already prepared. But it is what it is. Alright. Start. Get your votes in on the third song. Is Loop going on the roop? Well, who knows? Wildcard Can Be in the Final. I'd be interested in a revamped version of that song. I think that it had potential, that's for sure. We got a lot of This Is Fine on Wildcard here, 60%. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. 46 people have already voted, 61%. So Wildcard we're putting into This Is Fine. Condition or Fiction is the next one. Condition or Fiction. All right. Condition or fiction? Condition or fiction? It's fine, actually. God, I'm so far behind in the stream. Everyone is. The delay is just... the delay works like that. Okay, thanks for coming has 70%. Yeah, okay. Alright. A fiction, Alekan says. Okay. Condition or fiction, I'm sorry, but thanks for coming. There's Only Flowers, the next one. Oh. I feel like this is so dragged out for me just writing all of these. But hey ho, what can I do? Nothing, I think. I'm not sure. I need to figure out if there's a way to like prepare these polls before going in, but I don't think there is really. There's Only Flowers. A lot of this is fine here. 44% on this is fine. 19% thanks for coming. 25% this you can be in the final, and 8% ESC worthy. Seems like most people are leaning towards this is fine on this one. Yeah, 50% say this is fine. 52 people have already voted. So we're putting There's Only Flowers in this is fine. Ghost is the next one. I hope you remember all of the songs. I mean, we have just listened to all of them, so yeah, you better remember them. And it's lagging a little bit. A lot of this is fine on this one as well, it seems. Fine is a nice way to say non-qualifier in MESC. I would argue no song is ESC worthy and needs to be touched up. Yeah. I just realized, like, these aren't in correct order, are they? Like, wasn't Cloudmaker before Ghost? I don't remember. Anyway, Ghost is actually very split. Like, 13% ESC worthy, 33% you can be in the final, 38% this is fine, and 16% thanks for coming. So it's actually pretty close to like being in you can be in the final. But 47 people have voted, 40% on this is fine now. Yeah, I'm closing it here. It's been 1 minute, so this is fine. Sorry to everyone who wanted it in the final, but didn't get enough there. So, next up is, what was the song called? It was OXYGYN, Cloudmaker? Cloudmaker, yeah. Cloudmaker. ESC worthy. You can be in the final. I'm actually going to copy that one because that one takes the longest to type. So I have that one set for the next ones. Alright, song number 7, Cloudmaker. Yeah, not correct order. Yeah, I figured. Sorry about that. $35 votes. You can be in the final, 53%. ESC worthy, 32%. This one is the top 2 options here. For 50 votes now. I think 50 votes is quite enough to tell us what you all think. 53% think you can be in the final, so I'm gonna stop it there. We're gonna put it next to Loop up there then. Fireproof, the next one. Only 2 more to go here. Fireproof. ESC worthy. You can be in the final. This is fine, and thanks for coming. Alright, Fireproof. Second to last song, penultimate song. Thanks for coming, currently leading here. A few, this is fine. We got 5% on ESC worthy, 6% on you can be in the final. Most of it is not really looking for that one to get through. So, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a thanks for coming. 53 votes, and thanks for coming has twice the amount of votes as everything else. So, Thanks for coming, Fireproof. And the final one, Bewsa, or Bewsa, or whatever it was. The final song here. Let's see where we place that one. Alright. Currently we got 3 songs in the bottom category, 3 songs in This Is Fine, and 2 songs in You Can Be in the Final. Nothing ESC worthy. It was Bowser. Okay. Will Bowser be the ESC worthy? It seems like 44. Okay, it's actually tied between the top 2 here. People are saying ESC worthy. Alright then. 53 votes, 48% say ESC worthy, 43% say You Can Be in the Final. Okay, this one's a close one. 46-45 now. Alright, I'm waiting until it says 1 minute. I posted it 1 minute ago. It's 46-46. 46%, 46%. Are we actually gonna end this on a tie? 57 votes. 46% on ESC worthy and 46% on You Can Be in the Final. Alright, it's 1 minute ago. It's a tie. 45% on both of them. Alright, you know what we're doing? You said it. You said ESC worthy. 45% of you did, and 45% said You Can Be in the Final, and let's just put something in the top category. So apparently Bowser is your choice for the ESC worthy song. Put it in the middle. How do I do that? Here? Anyway, that's your list. Alright? That's your list. Now, I'll compare it to mine, and I think it's probably, well, I don't really feel like I want to refresh the page. Like, how can I reset? I can't. I can't reset. Reset. Are you kidding me? I didn't want to reset everything. Give me a second. I'm terribly sorry about this. Oh, okay. And we're back. Okay. Now, time for my reviews here. Misunderstood. As I said, the instrumental is way too muffled. I think it's purely too chaotic. I don't really know what it's trying to do, and it's not dynamically engaging enough for me. Thank you for coming. Loop, actually pleasantly surprised by this one. It was very enjoyable, and I would absolutely not mind whatsoever this one to be in the final, really. If it's ESC worthy, too early to tell, because I need to see the full package of this one to really get a grasp of it. But it absolutely has some potential to it. There's an ambitious choreography within it as well. The song has some nice detailing and pretty catchy hook. And I'm going to be listening to it more. I already know that I will. So yeah, would not mind that one in the final whatsoever. Wildcard was pretty good. Maybe a bit over the top, I'm not really sure. So I don't need it in the final, but I would be interested to see how they can actually expand it. But I'll put it I consider that This Is Fine category. If you make it into the final, I won't mind. It'll be fine. But I don't think this one is within my personal top 3 from this. So yeah, Condition or Fiction had a nice concept to it, wasn't sold on the delivery. It's a thanks for coming, I'm terribly sorry. There's Only Flowers is actually one that I was quite intrigued by, and I did quite enjoy it. So yeah, I'm thinking, I want to see this one polished, I really do. I think it had the right drama, it had suspense to it, it sounded like the instrumental actually had some sort of palpable concept to it as well. The vocals were a bit overbearing towards the end with the climax. That is the part that I'm very skeptical about. However, I would actually like to see this one in the final. I think. But I only have 3 spots. You know what? Just so I can be a bit different to all of you, I'll put There's Only Flowers in the final. I want to see what it could be, what it can be. I'd say from the songs that we've heard today that Cloudmaker is absolutely the one that is potentially a song that we could have at Eurovision. I'd say it has the world building to it. It has an identity, and it was very competently presented as well. I think that is definitely the strongest song that I've heard today. So yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if I want to see it at Eurovision or something like that. But out of the songs that I've heard today, this is the one that I think, yeah, this is something that I think would add something to the Eurovision selection. Actually, Ghost. No, thank you for coming. I'm sorry, but like parts of this song I think are actually quite strong, and that would consider it to be like this is fine. But I consider the category this is fine is like for songs that I wouldn't mind them to qualify to the final. Ghost, I don't want to see it there because I think that it's too over-reliant on these dragged out notes in the chorus. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. It feels a bit incomplete and kind of scattered out. Even though I like the build-ups, I think the overarching song and the overall package is not strong enough and doesn't work for me. So no, it's definitely, I prefer it over the other songs in this category, but I do not want to see it qualify. I'd say Fireproof, no. I mean, if you followed me with the review of this one, it just doesn't work for me. Absolutely no. Bowser, I obviously can't put it in the top 2 categories because I already have 3 songs, so it's fine. I would absolutely not mind if this qualified for the final. A lot of you said that it was ESC worthy. I'm not so sure about that. It could be fun to have in the lineup. However, I don't really think that this would be the song to take them out, like to really bring Malta into the final. I have a hard time seeing that. But it could be a cool song to actually have in the lineup. But I do think that it needs some kind of professional polishing for that to really be the case. It was fun. I'm going to listen to it again. But I think that the songs that I've put in the top 2 categories are actually the ones that have the potential to be something that could actually work in a Eurovision context or a competition context. It isn't Bowser at all, but Andy told me that it was. I mean, come on. Andy said it's Bowser, so I'm saying Bowser, and now apparently it's Booser. I mean, can't blame me. Can't blame me when my viewers are lying to me, can you? Anyway, this is my tier list. It was pretty similar. Like we agreed pretty much, but yeah, I wouldn't go as far and say that I would consider Booser. That's probably not correct either, is it? Haven't you learned not to listen to Andy yet? No, never. Okay, David, since you're Maltese, tell me, how should I pronounce it? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. Don't believe Andy. I won't. I won't. Okay, while I'm waiting for David to actually tell me how it's supposed to be pronounced, I'll tell you that probably tomorrow I want to check out the second semifinal, so be on the lookout for a stream like that. The way you said it first during the reaction... As if I would remember that. Come on, who do you think I am? Now the only thing I have in my head is Bowser. But maybe I said Bewsa, or Bewsa. Bewsa. Bewsa? I don't know. You'll tell me at some point, David. I cannot write it phonetically, but go back and listen again. Will do. Bewsa. Okay. Anyway, alright. Hopefully tomorrow I'll see you again for some more songs from the Maltese national final, because I'm obviously a week late on this one. But thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've had fun and hope you've enjoyed listening to the songs with me. And yeah, see you soon again. Thank you so much for joining me. And good night.
time I hear the music play, it makes me feel that way. The memories we once shared come back inside me. And when I hear that same old song throughout the whole night long, the pains that we've been through all fade away. Let me fly and I will reach way up high. I will climb the steps that lead to the sky, where the clouds caress your face with my tears. Let me try, I can fly. Let me hear the songs that I never played. I will find the keys that open the gate of my dreams, which light the flame in my life. If they die, I can't fly. And when the music stops to play, the thrill soon fades away. Dark shadows from the past will haunt my day.